Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Wednesday, July 6th, 2011 is brought to you by Realtik. All right, let's get right into the mix here today, folks. The markets are generally flat again. Spider's up 4 cents. S&P 500 is trading up 30 cents on the day. Dow is up 50 points, and the Nasdaq is trading up 7 points on the day. So a mildly positive day, but you can see here clearly on the charts that the markets are slowly coming off their highs. It's interesting how this triple quad top is holding so strong. This is just above the 134 level. Note how it hit it last Friday. Then yesterday was Tuesday. Notice how it hits it twice. Today, obviously being Wednesday, you pierce it, close above, but you never confirm, and obviously confirmation is the signal that allows you to understand a breakout. And again, if you want to learn more about that, make sure you take the 7-day free trial of the Research Center or intraday stock chat at inthemoneystocks.com. Sure enough, without confirmation, the market has slowly come back in, but again, compared to last week, the markets are very quiet. Why are they quiet? Because all eyes are on the jobs number. The jobs number is coming out here tomorrow with the ADP private sector number. That's at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Time. And then on Friday at 8:30 in the morning, we'll get the non-farm payrolls and the unemployment report. So there's big things coming. The market is basically on pause, on pins and needles, waiting for that. Many people are saying this is bullish consolidation. It may be. Again, we'll know obviously with that jobs number tomorrow if it breaks up. If the market breaks up on that jobs number tomorrow, then obviously it was bullish consolidation. How do you know it's bullish consolidation, or why would you think that? Because after such a dramatic move to the upside, sideways consolidation is known as an in spirit of bull flag. And again, that yields generally a move up. Now, again, I'm not sold necessarily on the bull flag working out. I'm going to tell you why right now, because it's such a big move up. We basically went up 6.5% last week on the Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq. After such a big move, a bull flag, yes, it has a decent chance of yielding another up move, but it's always a little bit less. If you had consolidated down here off of this move up like this, the odds would be very, very high of a break up. But because it's been such a drastic move up, the odds are decreased just slightly. So again, I would say instead of being an 80 to 90% success rate bull flag in spirit of play, you're probably looking right now at more of a, I would call it a 60 to 65, maybe 70% chance of a move up. So it's just slightly better than half that works out, which again is enough to actually keep me out of going long off of this consolidation right now. And again, I always look for 80 to 90% success rate. So anything less than the 70 or 60% level is going to keep me out of the trade personally. All right, so that's the analysis there on an intraday basis, folks. What's keeping this market kind of flat today? Well, it's not the dollar. The dollar's kind of in play today. The dollar's having a solid move up, but it's interesting with the volume being so light and everyone on pins and needles, the markets are basically ignoring the dollar. So usually with the dollar as strong as it is today, we'd see the markets falling. But again, with that jobs number looming, no one really cares about that. Everyone's just kind of staying pat, staying still, watching and waiting, and then they'll make their decision whether or not they want to go long or short based on that tomorrow. Obviously, we have to keep our eyes on Portugal. Portugal, after Greece's aid package last week, got downgraded yesterday, so Portugal, again, getting downgraded yesterday. That popped the dollar as the euro fell. You can see yesterday exactly when that happened on the dollar here. Look at the dollar pop up. So Portugal gets downgraded right here. The dollar pops. And again, it continues to pop today a little bit, although it is off the highs. And that pullback off the highs is actually helping the markets stay neutralish as well. All right, a lot of other things to discuss today. Let's take a look at what's the strong place in the market today. Google continues to be very, very strong today. It's not up as much as it was yesterday, but it's up another $3.28. I have a master level of resistance on this where I will be shorting if it gets there. It's not there yet. If it gets there, I will short that on Google. For those of you in the research center, you got that hot chart and alert yesterday evening. And again, make sure you have that out there if you want to take that trade. That's a great alert. I give all the alerts on buys and sells and stops and everything in that research center, which is part of, obviously, you have the hot charts and alerts underneath the research center, the, daily market reports, the nightly videos of 30 plus minutes in length. Everything's included in that. And again, as we always say, there's a free trial there, so test it out. Worst case, you cancel before the end, you don't get charged. No big deal, right? All right. In any case, Google having a nice little day. Apple's also having a good day. It seems like the main tech leaders are keeping this market together as well. If you take a look at Apple Computer, up another $3.25. If you go to the daily chart of Apple, look at this move up recently. I mean, this is a tremendous move up from about $310 back to $353 now. And again, what a move up on Apple right now. Taking a look at a couple other players out there that are strong today. IBM is another one. This is probably why the Dow Jones Industrial Average is leading the charge today. The Dow's up about 50 points, while the S&P's flat. Nasdaq's up about 6 points, but the Dow is up 0.4%, 0.4%. Why? Well, a lot of that gain, a lot of the point gain in the Dow is because of IBM. IBM's up over $2. That's probably over 10 points of the Dow just in this one stock. Remember, the Dow is 30 stocks. It's price cap weighted, not market cap weighted. That therefore IBM has a very large weighting in it, is because it's such a pricey stock. All right, and again, up $2. My guess is it's probably around 10 points of that 50 points in the Dow alone in this stock. In addition, if you take a look at other stocks out there, McDonald's in the Dow is having a big day. We can take a look at other ones as well. I'm trying to think of some other good ones. Walmart, let's see what Walmart's doing. Walmart's up as well. So, again, a lot of the safer stocks, Walmart, McDonald's, are all having good days as well, along with a couple tech stocks. Tech has been very hot. Tech led this rally up. The one little problem I have with this rally, guys, I have to say, one problem with this rally that I've continued to kind of note here, that's not necessarily a good thing for this market in the longer term, the financials. You know, we do have a little bit of a pivot bottom from multiple weeks ago that I nailed beautifully. I made a good amount of money off that bottom. But if you just continue to analyze the financials, you have to say that with the markets flat today and flat yesterday, the financials have fallen down. Goldman Sachs yesterday was lower. Today it's lower again. Yesterday market was flat. So usually, what you look for is strength in relation to the market or weakness in relation to the market. When the market's going sideways, what are the stocks doing? In this case, you're seeing tech go up. All right, so that's a positive. Like IBM is showing strength, and Apple's showing strength, and some of these other places are showing strength. But then you see the weakness in the financials where the market's flat and they're actually dropping, and that's a bearish sign. And again, the financials are known as leaders in the market, and it's generally said you can't have a big-time rally, an extended rally, without the financials participating. So you have to wonder exactly what's going on here. Now, granted, I understand that a lot of the Greece issues are now trailing over into Portugal, which will then trail over into Spain and then Ireland and Italy. And, there's a lot of exposure these banks have. But again, that does tell us that there's probably more problems ahead for this market out there. And again, just keep that in mind. I do think that's significant to watch for. And again, I don't necessarily know if it's going to come in the next week or so, but I would say after 1 week of time, if we continue to rally up here, you will have at some point a reversal back down based on those financials not participating. So watch that very, very closely. Let me see if there's anything else. Obviously, there was a couple small caps. Small caps are on fire today, guys. I have to say this. Small caps are on fire. Again, if you're in the intraday stock chat, we're going to have some fun this afternoon. And again, we'll continue to follow a couple other plays out there. But just a side note here, converted organics up over 200% today. What a move on coin here. This was an old play from a while ago, finally getting some traction, and this thing is just soaring today. It was up as much as 250%. I had a little bit of news today, but it was just so oversold. If you go to the daily chart, look at this daily. It's just been beaten down so much down here, but look at that pop today. What a monumental pop. Also, Chinese stocks, FFHL. Take a look at this pop, up $1.34 to $4.60. I'm a big fan of the small cap Chinese stocks right now, I have to say. They're all starting to go. Remember, it was large caps first. Large caps, this is the way cycle money goes. You always wonder about money flow. Well, money flow first goes to large caps, then to mid caps, then to small caps. Well, the large caps have rallied, right? The Chinese large caps have rallied. Sina was trading at $77. It ran in the last 2 days all the way up to $115. All right, so that's one. Baidu bounced off the 200 from about $114. It's now back to $145, $146. Well, guess what? Then the mid caps started to go. Mid caps like Born, BORN, trading at around a $200 million market cap. This thing's up 100%. Take a look at Yoku. We talked about Yoku earlier in the week. Up huge, up 30, 40%. Even DANG having a good day, up $1.15 off the lows. Look at this rally. So as the mid caps start to finish up their run, then you turn your eyes to the small cap Chinese stocks. It's a rotation of money. Once big traders make their money in the large caps, they go to mid caps go to small caps. Okay, so again, you want to find these plays before they start to run. I'm going to post them in the research center. I'm going to post them in the chat. Take that free trial. Get involved here, guys. There's money to be made in small caps right now if you do it right. All right, in any case, folks, again, as I said, come join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. There's large caps going, there's moves in the market, there's small caps, there's action, and that's what we love here, obviously, to just trade in a swing trading basis or a day trading basis. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.